Thank you for joining us on This Week in Erie County. We are talking about all things community college related, and we have joining us Ron DiNicola, the co-founder of Empower Erie, and Carl Anderson, who is a county councilman. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, great to be here.
This is a timely topic because you all had a big meeting this week after 2 years. Do you feel like this was the first big step forward you've had?
It's actually been 3 years.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been 2 years since we submitted the application. So yeah, we're very pleased. From the Empower Erie perspective, this was a big moment because it validated the plan and the application and the feasibility study that was conducted by volunteers and national experts in 2017, pursuant to a grant from the Erie Community Foundation. So we're very pleased that it was validated by the Department of Education.
Well, and I know too, recently we heard you were planning a big media campaign. Is that still something you're going to have to do, or are you going to wait to see what the decision is?
Well, even though we had what we regarded as a successful day yesterday, there's plenty of work to be done. We can't really take our foot off the gas because this is an uncertain area. This is a legislative process, and so we need to see it through to a successful conclusion. So we're going to be working hard from now until November and beyond, if necessary.
Well, let's talk about the meeting yesterday. So what happened? If you can just tell us. I
Sure.
mean, because I know I've heard some positive things coming out for people who do want the community college. It
Yeah,
was a good meeting.
The meeting was a meeting of the State Board of Education. It was a subcommittee meeting. They were there to hear and receive the report of the Department of Education. Those are two different agencies within the government, and representatives from Erie County, the county executive, Mr. Anderson, Mr. Horton, and others from the community, some philanthropic, some business representatives attended with us. And we heard from the Department of Education. We got that good news that the statutory criteria for a community college has been established by the information that we have provided and their individual and separate research. So that was very good news. We all gave short remarks to the board, and they agreed to consider the matter further as a subcommittee on November 13th, with potentially ultimate consideration by the full board on November 14th.
So that's when we'll know, or have a better idea.
We'll have a better idea. Yeah.
So, Carl, if you could tell me too, the support that that this project has gotten from the governor over the past several days, that must make you feel good too, as a politician or elected official,
Yeah.
to have the governor's support for this.
Well, thank you. Certainly on behalf of my colleagues and I, there's 5 of us that are firmly behind the belief in the community college, with working with Empower Erie and the organization as the nonprofit that's really led this in the community. And under Resolution 30 that we passed, we specifically put language in there that said that we needed the governor's support, and we needed to designate him to designate Erie the 15th community college. Those were key elements in next steps, both from a statutory standpoint in the state, as well as a confidence booster with us, and to firm up the support of other political officials in Harrisburg. So first we got that letter from the governor on Monday, and then just before the meeting yesterday, when we were all ready to go in and give our testimony, the governor sent an additional letter down declaring Erie County the 15th community college. So it's key wins for us, really positive. We can't thank the governor enough for the courage that he's shown in stepping forward to support a community college here. And I certainly have to say the courage of my colleagues on county council, which have been unwavering in supporting a community college, and the 5 of us representing more than 210,000 of the 280,000+ residents of Erie County.
And you said the courage because there's a lot of naysayers who are concerned about the cost. Explain to those watching why Erie needs this community. I think that gets lost a lot about exactly what a community college is, because you hear people say, oh, we already have universities, we already have trade schools. That's not what a community college is, per se.
Yeah.
Explain what a community college is.
Well, first of all, a community college is accessible to everyone. It does not have It does not have performance qualifiers. It also provides a quality post-secondary education at an affordable price, much less than a conventional four-year college. That doesn't mean that a community college conflicts with a four-year college. In fact, it's been demonstrated that over 50% of those who are in traditional colleges have started in a community college. What it really does is it expands the pool of those who will be able to seek higher education, because it gives them, in some cases, remedial training. In some cases, it gives them the opportunity and the time to focus on what they can achieve. And it also gives them the ability to achieve more. So it's very important for our community, for young people who aren't sure or don't have the financial or the academic background as yet to afford or place in a traditional college. It's great for the worker who has been displaced, who's looking for that new certification or that new skill that he needs. It's great for the single parent who wants to get out of the house for a bit, can't get out for a lot of time, but gets to the community college to sharpen their skills, get a certification, and then get back into the job market. It's great for returning veterans, et cetera, et cetera. So and it becomes a key component of economic development, because it works closely with local manufacturing, local businesses, in meeting their specific needs in that specific community. And by the way, we've been paying into the community college fund for 56 years. And that means that we have committed tens of millions of dollars from taxes from Erie County without being in the club of the community colleges and receiving, get this, $300 million a year to 14 colleges that are splitting $300 million a year. That's over $1 billion since the program started. $1 billion will be spent in the next decade, and Erie County isn't getting any of that. So we really need to get into the club, get our fair share of state revenue, so we can have a community college that will help propel the economy, socioeconomic opportunity, and will bring more people into the post-secondary system.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard mention too from the meeting in Harrisburg, they compared other states to Pennsylvania in terms of number of community colleges available, and we lag far behind. Is that correct?
Yeah, not only other states, but even other counties to Erie County. And for example, Northampton County, a similar size to ours, that has a community college, they have 20 post-secondary educational facilities beyond their community college, right in their county. So the issue with the fact that we have 4 other major institutions here with the colleges that we have, could Erie sustain that? And again, Northampton has 20. When you go beyond our borders nationally, Michigan, as one example, has over 80 community colleges. The community college legislation of 1963 made a promise for 28 community colleges in Pennsylvania. To date, we only have 14.
Well, and they don't work against, they work together, because if you start at a community college, you can use those 2 years to maybe go to a school you couldn't have gone to. Not everybody can get into a Gannon or Mercyhurst right out of the gate. Is that correct?
It's an absolute feeder system, no
Right,
question
that's
about
absolutely
it.
right, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. We now have to wait until, what's the date in November?
November 13 and 14, and we are anticipating a public mobilization in Harrisburg, which means that we are encouraging folks to come down to Harrisburg to be present for the vote. We will have buses. We will feed them lunch. We will give them more information about the effort if they're interested in joining this very historic moment.
How do they get that information?
They can get that from Empower Erie, our Facebook page on
Okay.
Empower Erie. More details will be coming out soon, and we hope that those who have, I mean, if you're a grandparent sitting out there concerned about how your grandchildren are going to get ahead, this is a real opportunity for them. If you're a worker yourself, if you're a single parent, if you're a returning veteran, if you're just a student that needs a little bit more time and wants to expose themselves to more opportunities, this is what a community college is intended to do. And if you're a business owner and you're looking for skilled labor, it's much more difficult these days. This is a place that creates skilled laborers.
Ron DiNicola, Carl Anderson, thank you so much for joining, and we look forward to November 13th and 14th to see what happens.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Joe.
And that is This Week in Erie County.